Sunday on the Blue Ridge Parkway, and the colors are peaked, and it is crowded.
It is packed.
Bumper to bumper. There's no pulling off with the camper on any stops, but we are really close to our campground, so we're going to drop the camper really quick and head back out so that we can pull in and check out some of the views.
It's a good thing we got an early start, because otherwise it would have been even worse. So
yeah, it's beautiful. I don't blame all these people for coming out.
Oh, absolutely not.
Gorgeous.
So we are staying the night at the Julian Price Memorial Campground, which is at milepost 297 along the Blue Ridge Parkway. It's pretty centrally located. Once you get into North Carolina, it's very close to the towns of Blowing Rock. It's fairly close to the Linn Cove Viaduct, and it's also pretty close to Grandfather Mountain. So we're only here one night. But we're staying the next couple of nights in Linville Falls, which is only 20 miles down the road. So there's a lot to do in this general vicinity. As far as this particular campground, looks like they've got several loops. Again, I sound like a broken record on some of these others. No hookups, right? No electricity, no water. They do have a dump station and a freshwater, so you can fill up there. One of the other stops that we made while we were on the way to our campground was we wanted to stop at the town of Blowing Rock and see the Blowing Rock. It's a private park, costs $9 per person to get in. They have a gift shop. You know, Blowing Rock is an area where there are these jagged rocks that just kind of jut up out, and you can climb up on top of them. And the way that they're situated and the way that they're in the valley, the wind comes up over the rocks, and so you know they don't want you to throw trash obviously out there, but I took a handful of leaves and I just kind of tossed it over the side, and they went right up over my head. So you're throwing them off and they're blowing right up over you. You know, it has some Native American legends and those kinds of things surrounding it, but anymore, honestly, it's a tourist trap. It's a tourist spot. Would we do it again? I'm not so sure. It's worth the $9 a person. You know, they make it nice. They've got a couple of nature trails, and there's some gardens there, and it is a beautiful, beautiful overlook that you can go out to. But honestly, as many overlooks as we've seen along the trip so far, it was just another overlook that we had to pay for. Like I said, we got some beautiful shots. You can see right into Grandfather Mountain, which we'll be going to a little later in the trip, but I'm not so sure we would do it again. So we are at the Moses Cone Manor House, also called Flat Top Manor. And this is where they have a lot of arts and crafts. They have a whole craft guild that operates out of this house, out of this old manor estate that was donated to the National Park Service in the early 1900s. We came by yesterday, which was a Sunday, and you couldn't even get in here. It was so cram-packed. So we said, you know what, we'll try it on Monday morning. A lot more peaceful. Not open yet. We're here early, but really have the place almost all to ourselves for photos. So this morning we got up, we're here in Julian Price Campground. We got up, it rained all night, it was really nice. But we made our way back to the Moses Cone Manor. We're back, we came back to our campsite. We were only here one night, but we're gonna make a lunch. I've already talked to the ranger. They're gonna let us have a late checkout because we're gonna check out the Linn Cove Viaduct, which is a really cool bridge and was the last portion of the Blue Ridge Parkway to be completed. And then we're going to go check out Grandfather Mountain. State Park in North Carolina, which is supposed to have really a lot of cool things to see and do. So we'll share those with you as well. So we made a stop at the Linn Cove Viaduct Visitor Center, and we're taking the hike that goes up underneath the Linn Cove Viaduct, which is just an awesome, amazing structural bridge that goes around the mountain so that they wouldn't have had to blast away part of it or blast a tunnel through it. Just a really incredible feat of engineering. Hey, Christy. Oh, wow.
...280 feet or 1 mile above sea level. It hangs a mere 80 feet above the canyon below, but
the wind is so cold up here.
Yeah, they said there was a wind advisory today, so.
For tonight's meal, we are having salads with ranch. We are having some bow tie pasta with some spaghetti sauce that I made at home with some hamburger meat and sausage, and it's going to be delicious. And we're going to sprinkle some Parmigiano Reggiano on top. We're having spaghetti tonight.